Are you looking for a Class C RV with lots of room inside? Well, Class C RVs with Murphy beds offer tons of multifunctional space inside your RV. Stick around, folks. You're going to love these floor plans. Hey guys, Mike from RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I travel all around the country visiting RV shows and RV dealerships to shoot RV tours so we can bring them to you wherever you are. So we invite you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. And if you'd like to learn even more about RVing, then why don't you head on over to RVblogger.com and sign up for our weekly newsletters that are chock full of great articles and information. Plus we offer discounts on different RV products and services. I'm sure you'll get a lot out of that information as well. But without any further ado, let's get started on our reviews of awesome Class C RVs with Murphy beds. This Class C RV is the Thor Chateau model number 27P. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,500 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 2,253 pounds, and a gross combined weight rating of 22,000 pounds. The hitch weight is 8,000 pounds. It measures in at 28 feet, 8 inches long, and it can sleep up to 6 people. When you first walk into this Class C RV, on the right-hand side is where the driver's cab and over cab are located. Then we wrap on around through the dinette and kitchen area. Finally, we're back here in your living room and bedroom, and in the very back of this camper is where the bathroom is located. Now, our first impression when we walked into this RV is that it feels really great for a Class C RV that's not that big. It's under 30 feet long. But it feels much bigger than that in here. And there are a few really nice details that make it feel so large. One of them is this entire side of the RV slides out, and so it creates all this extra floor space in here. They also did a really nice job with the cabinetry. You'll notice that the uppers are white out here in the kitchen and dinette area. The lowers are all a darker brown, and that darker cabinetry rolls into the bedroom and bathroom. So it all really works well together in here, and it just feels really great. Now up front here, we are on a Ford chassis, and you'll notice that you have your very large touchscreen up front for your GPS or whatever you need to use there. The Ford chassis are great. We have one in our Class C RV. We also have one in our Class A RV, and we love them. Now up top here is where your over cab is located, and we've got this set up so that it's in the bed position. But in many Class Cs, almost all of them, this middle piece just pops out. You can slide it up and out of the way, and then this makes getting in and out of your driver and passenger seats so much easier. But we always show it with this in place because we want to give you an idea of what the bed size is up top. So let's get some quick measurements here. This is a huge bed. So, I mean, wow, it is 8 feet wide, 96 inches, and the width on it is coming in at about 52 inches. So 2 adults would easily be able to sleep up here, no problem at all. A couple other features to note. You've got a sunlight opening here that you can open the lid. It doesn't have a fan in it, but you can at least open it to get some cross breeze in. There's also a window at this end or head of the bed. Also a couple of cup holders at the head of the bed, and there are some USB ports here on the side, so if you need to plug in any electronics before you fall asleep at night, you can easily do that. And at the very front of the over cab, there's a little shelf back there that you can stow away some clothes or things like that. The height up in here is really pretty good. And we're talking 27 inches of, ceiling height over top of the bed. Now that 27 inches drops off the further that you move to the front. But again, I think 2 people could sleep up here pretty comfortably for sure. Now as we wrap on around, we come into the dinette area here. This is a very comfortable dinette booth. 4 people could sit here very easily and enjoy a meal. Overhead, you'll notice that we have these nice white cabinets up top. This is one big cabinet behind here with 3 doors. But the nice thing is the doors do stay in position when you open them. They have the hardware for that. And then you can close them, and it's just a great setup. Underneath of here, you've got a couple of lights. that turn on and off at location, and then you also have 2 more dinette lights out front here that are on the switch. And the reason they put these lights on location is because you can also use this dinette as a bed, and I'll show you that in just a second. As we move on down here, we have a really nice big window over top of your dinette. Beautiful valance in here as well to make it look really nice. The table itself has a couple of cup holders here. These are a must as far as I'm concerned. Susan and I work at our dinette all the time, and if we don't put our cups in the cup holders, well, not one of us, but not both of us, but one of us is going to knock that cup over eventually, and it's probably this guy. But anyway, that's another story for another time. You also have a USB port here right on top of the kitchen countertop. That's actually a B and a C port. And then down below, you have a receptacle, so if you needed to plug in a computer, you could do that if you need to recharge it. You might be sitting here checking stock quotes or checking your emails or maybe even doing a little bit of trip planning. Speaking of trip planning, our favorite trip planning software is RV Trip Wizard. We use it all the time. We've made videos about it. We advertise with those guys all the time. They are great partners of ours, but we absolutely love the product, and it's the one tool we use literally almost every single day. If you're interested in getting a 30% discount for RV Trip Wizard, which is the largest discount that you will find out there, just hit me up. Just shoot me an email at mike@rvblogger.com. If there's anything you're looking for your RV that you need a discount code, as long as we use it, I probably have the discount code for it. So hit me up and I'll be happy to send that over to you so you can save a few bucks if you're interested in RV Trip Wizard or anything else for that matter. Now, as I mentioned, you can drop this dinette down and turn this into another bed. And if you did that, you would end up with, this would be about 66 inches long and about 42 inches wide. And so, you know, a smaller adult or certainly a couple of kiddos could sleep here very, very comfortably. So really you could sleep, I'm going to say 6 people in here, 2 on the overcab, 2 on the dinette, and then when we get back to the bedroom, you'll see a couple more people can sleep back there as well. A couple of other really nice features about the dinette is that both of the booths have lots of storage underneath. You can see these full extension drawers, so you can take full advantage of the space. And then on this side of the dinette bench, there are 2 tethers for car seats, which is tremendous. So if you have little ones, boom, you can set up your car seats and they are nice and safe and sound while you're traveling down the road. Now, directly across from the dinette is where the kitchen is located. But before I jump into the kitchen, I'll just cover, very standard in all Class C RVs is this cabinet over top of the door here, and plenty of room up there. There's even a couple of electrical outlets in there and a cable for your cable TV. So if you wanted to mount a TV here, you could probably do that because you've got all the components here that you would need to power it and get signal to your TV. Beyond that, we've got these really nice white upper cabinets. It's just nice and bright. Really opens up the room in here and makes it feel bright and airy. This is a nice cabinet design I haven't seen before. It's got a fixed shelf on one side and not on the other. Pretty nice. And then over here, another cabinet with no shelving in there. We would probably install a shelf in our unit if we lived in here, or we would use clear plastic bins to store things. That way they don't go sliding everywhere while we're driving down the road, and the clear bins allow us to see what's inside without having to open everything up to find things that we're looking for. Next to that, we've got another cabinet above the microwave. The microwave oven in here is just a regular microwave, but you don't need a convection in here because you also have a 3-burner cooktop here, and then below that you've got a real oven, so you've got that for all of your cooking needs. Now the countertop space in here is awesome, I have to say. Even though you've got a 3-burner propane stove here, you've got all this countertop space in the center between the stove and the sink, so you could set up a coffee pot and a toaster and have room for both. You've also got a tower of power here so you can plug everything in, and there's additional USB and C ports as well. Up top here we have a couple of lights, and then you have a beautiful big window here that overlooks the campsite of your campsite. So there you go, you got everything that you need. Finally, we have a very large and really deep rectangular sink in here. It's a single bowl, and then you have a beautiful gooseneck faucet with an integral sprayer as well. Down below that, little drawer here for your sponges. and then additional storage below that. And then you've got a bank of 4 drawers here for all of your kitchen utensils. Now, just beyond the microwave and cooktop is where the refrigerator is located. This is a great sized refrigerator for this rig. It's really pretty large, plenty of room for storage, both for frozen and for cold items. Directly across from that, we have this gigantic, I don't know what to call it, wardrobe slash pantry slash whatever other kind of storage you would like it to be. It's got nice big mirrored doors on here, which is tremendous. And then inside, I mean, look at the size of this cabinet. It has a bar up top so you can hang things in here. It's also got adjustable shelves on the back. Now, if you were going to hang things in here, you'd probably have to remove at least the top shelf, but then you could still leave the bottom shelf in place. They will tip over if you push on them like that. But I made Susan laugh, so that's good. And it's her birthday, so that's even better. The size of this cabinet is gigantic, though. I mean, it's 37 inches deep and I don't know, 38 inches wide. I mean, that's just huge. I've never seen a storage cabinet this big in a Class C RV. So there you go. Now this is also in the slide out, which gives them extra room to make it so large. And then you've got these 4 deep drawers in here for additional storage. Now, as we move beyond the kitchen area, we move back into the living area and also your bedroom. And I like the way they laid this out for a variety of reasons. First of all, it's multifunctional space, which in any RV is just so important so you can maximize your usage. And I like the way they laid things out in here. So if you use it as a living room, you know, you can sit here on your couch and relax. And I don't know, 3 people definitely could sit in here. 2 adults and 2 kids could squeeze in here as well pretty comfortably and watch TV. The TV is located directly across from the couch. It's almost at eye level too, and that's really the perfect position for your TV. Down below that is where the fireplace is located. So whether you're in here using this as your living room or you put the Murphy bed in position, it's a beautiful setup, right? In bed at night, you can lay in bed and watch TV and enjoy the fireplace, or you can sit on your couch and watch TV and enjoy the fireplace that way too. So great job using the space. Above the TV, we have another just gigantic cabinet above here that you can use for tons of storage. This one is 22 inches deep and, man, 44 inches wide. So, I mean, just some of the hugest storage compartments we've seen in any RV, not just a Class C for that matter. Down below your TV, you've got a couple of drawers here that pull out, so you get some extra storage there. And then we've already mentioned the fireplace, which, by the way, will heat your RV too. We have a fireplace in our RV and we love it because when we're inside at night, even after we have a fire outside, we might come in and just watch TV before we go to sleep. And the ambiance of a fireplace is really great. And the fireplace also warms our rig, so it's on those nice chilly fall nights, we stay nice and warm inside. So just a really great feature. But let us know in the comments down below if you like a fireplace inside the RV or not. You know, it's a very, I don't want to say divisive, but people have their different opinions about whether you should have a fireplace inside your RV. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. Now, in addition to your couch being a couch, it also does convert into your bed, which I mentioned. All you have to do is just remove these couple of cushions. And then you pull this bar up. And then there's a little latch on the side here that you disconnect, and then everything just pulls out. This bar is going to sit on the floor to support the lower half of the bed. And there you go. You've got your Murphy bed in here. Now, the Murphy bed that sits in here is also included in the slide out. So over top here, we've got these 3 cabinets. Over top of the bed, you have a window here. Now, this is something that is very unusual, and we see it all the time in any RV that has a Murphy bed, whether it's a Class C or a travel trailer, whatever. There's always a window over the bed. I don't know why the manufacturers do that, because you can't see the window until the bed's in position, and you don't want the window when you go to bed at night because now you end up having to block it to keep the light from coming in. So let us know in the comments below how you feel about that as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Now, on each side of the bed, You've got a receptacle and USB ports, so you can plug in anything if you need to charge up your electronic devices overnight. And let's see what size bed this is. This is 74 inches, and the width on it is about 60, so it would be considered a short residential or a short RV queen size bed. A residential would be 80 inches long. This one's only 74. And then, you know, it comes with a pretty thin mattress on here. These mattresses that come with these RVs, you know, they're usually about 4 inches thick. And I'll tell you, after about a year, you will be sick and tired of that. And if you need to get a new mattress for it, you could check out Brooklyn Bedding or Talk to Mattresses. We own a mattress from both of those companies, and we love them both. We have discount codes for those too. If you want those, just hit me up at mike@rvblogger.com. and I can shoot you those as well. But all in all, I really like the setup in here. And again, you're right across from your TV and fireplace, so it all works out really well. There's also a max air fan above the bed here, so if you want to open your window while you're in bed or open the windows in the rig, that'll suck the air out of here and really pull the air in from outside, so you can get a nice fresh air, cool feeling in here. Now, one more cabinet space to notice here in the living and sleeping area is this wardrobe cabinet, which again is super huge. There's a bar up top so you can hang any garments up there, and then you've got a couple of shelves down here, or I'm sorry, drawers down here for even more storage. Now here we are in the bathroom, which is all the way in the back of this Class C, and it runs from side to side, so it's a very good sized bathroom. Now you guys know I'm 5'11", and here I am standing in the shower like I usually do, but Thor has put these gigantic skylights in here, which really go up nice and high. And so your headroom in the shower is really impressive. I mean, gosh, this one's coming in at 7 feet tall. The headroom throughout the entire RV is also 7 feet tall. So they're trying to keep that nice and consistent. For you taller folks, you know, you'll have plenty of room inside of here. Now this shower also, I'm gonna guess it's about 22 inches deep. And the width on it is about 36 inches wide. So not a bad size shower, a little on the skinny or narrow side, but I'm pretty comfortable in here. And it's got a shower wand that I can remove. And then it's got 3 corner shelves here for all your soap and shampoo. Now this does have a shower curtain, but the curtain is built onto a frame, and the frame actually extends out and away from the shower. It sort of bows out into the bathroom. So when you close your shower curtain, it actually creates a little more room inside the shower for you. But the frame controls the shower curtain so it doesn't blow in and stick to you or blow out and get water all over the floor. Outside here, we've got this massive medicine cabinet with built-in shelves for tons of storage. Below that, you've got your vanity sink. There's a receptacle on the side here, so if you need to plug in any appliances, you can do that. And then there's even more storage underneath of the sink. Now, just beyond the vanity in here, we have another really large wardrobe cabinet in here. This thing goes all the way back. It's got a bar up top so you can hang your garments in there. Plenty of storage. This is also where the ladder stows away for your over cab bunk in the front. And then down below that, we have 3 drawers here that fully extend for even more storage capacity. Now here I am sitting on the commode in here, and even with the door shut, the bathroom feels very, very large in here. As far as the elbow test goes, there's a little interference on my right, but on my left-hand side, it is free and clear. I don't know why anyone would sit on a toilet like this, but I guess maybe. Now here we are outside this Class C RV, and there are quite a few very nice features out here, starting with a TV mounted here on the side of your rig. So if you want to hang out, watch a ball game on the weekend, like maybe the Ravens, for instance, go right ahead. Or the Orioles, too. Either way, you can't go wrong. Down below that, you have a nice big storage compartment here on the camp side, which is always the best side for all your storage, because when you need to pull your camping gear out, grills, chairs, all that stuff, this is the right side of the RV for all that. And then they have this really awesome grill or griddle that slides out. It's got a Blackstone in here, 17-inch, very nice size, and that'll slide in and out for you, very convenient. Underneath of that, there's another storage compartment there as well. And also, they have an outdoor shower here. Now, I like the fact that this is on the camp side, but a lot of times you'll see the showers on the other side of the RV. And I guess it's a toss-up either way. I mean, if you're gonna take a shower outside or wash things off, maybe it's best not to have that water on the campsite of the RV. On the other hand, it is convenient if you need to clean things off, like some of your camping gear that's on this side of the RV anyway. So either way, you can't really go wrong. Beyond that, we have another storage compartment here, but this has an Everchill cooler in here. Half of it's refrigerated, half of it's for freezer, but you can keep ice and beverages out here. If you want to enjoy a nice soda or a beer or a mixed drink, you've got everything you need. It's got this shelf up top, and that even folds up and out of the way for additional storage here. There's also a receptacle and a 12-volt charger down here as well. And then finally, on the other side of the rig, there's a nice big storage compartment in the slide out underneath of where the dinette is located. This Class C RV is the Holiday Rambler Incline, model number 27U. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,500 pounds, a gross combined weight rating of 22,000 pounds, a hitch weight of 7,500 pounds. It measures in at 29 feet 6 inches long, and it can sleep up to 6 people. When you walk into this Class C, on the right-hand side, you'll find the driver's cab and the over cab. Then we wrap on around into the kitchen and dining area. Finally, we end up in the living and bedroom area, and behind me here is where the bathroom is located. Our first impression when we walked into this Class C RV is that it feels nice and big and spacious in here. It feels much bigger than an RV that's less than 30 feet long, that's for sure. On the right-hand side here, you'll notice is where the driver's cab is located. Now, this chassis that we're sitting on is a Ford E450 chassis, so pretty heavy, dually type pickup truck chassis to handle this Class C RV. The appointments up front are very, very nice. Ford has done a great job dressing up the driver's cab area and even installing a big screen in the middle so you can see all your driving apps and everything while you're heading on down the road. Over top of the driver's cab is where the over cab bunk is, and this is a pretty good sized over cab bunk. Let's get a measurement up here and see how much space we have in this bunk. I'm going to measure it kind of halfway back because it sort of flares open, but it is 80 inches wide and gosh, 54 inches deep. So that's a pretty good size bed. That would be considered a residential full-size bed. So a lot of space up here. You could definitely sleep 2 people up here for sure. Now overhead, it's got a nice big window up top. We closed it because there's too much glare in here with the window open, but it's a really nice feature to have. It lets a lot of light into the RV. On each side, you'll notice there are a couple of storage compartments, some with cargo netting, some without, but they're just places to put your phone or electronics so you can charge them while you're sleeping overnight. And there is an electrical receptacle on this one end as well. There's also a couple of reading lights overhead, and that way if you're reading in bed at night you can see what you're doing. There's also a cargo net that does come down from the top and snap on down below, so if you have some kiddos up here, they won't roll out of bed overnight. There's also a ladder that goes here so the kids can get up there really easily, and the ladder stows in the wardrobe closet, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes. As we wrap on around from behind the driving area and the overcab area, we come to the dinette. Now this is a U-shaped dinette, right? It's just a shallow U, and I would say, you know, realistically, you're going to be able to seat 3 people here. I think if you had 4 people in a dinette like this, it would be a battle of the knees underneath the table, but 3 people could sit here very, very comfortably. You'll notice over top we have a nice big window here, so you can open that up, get some nice cross ventilation through here. Also, this tabletop will drop down and this will convert into another bed. And if you were to do that, you would end up with a bed that is about 77 inches, and then it would be about 42 inches wide. So an average sized adult, or certainly a couple of small kids, would be able to sleep here and make this a bed area as well. So you could sleep so far a total of 2, maybe 4, and we'll get up to 6 in just a few minutes, and I'll show you that in the back of the RV. Now underneath of this dinette, there is a receptacle under here, and also this one side has some storage underneath. So directly across from the dinette is where the kitchen is located. Before we jump into the kitchen though, I just want to show you over top of the entry door, This is a classic feature in most Class C RVs. You have this storage cabinet up here. In our Class C, it's great because we put umbrellas, rain ponchos, flashlights, you know, stuff that you need when you're heading outside, all goes right up in that cabinet, and it's a perfect place for it. I also want to point out in this RV that the door opening is really wider than most RVs that we see. And when you measure this baby, that comes out to about almost 28 inches wide. So that's a very nice wide door opening to get in and out. And you really feel the difference when you're walking through there. Now the kitchen style that's in here is what we call an inline kitchen. All that means is that all the kitchen appliances are in a line. It's a very efficient way and space-saving way to set up a kitchen in an RV. Starting up top though, we have these really nice cabinets. They just have a very nice feel to them. They're slightly glossy. They look very residential and upscale in my opinion. And then they've got this nice, I guess it's a bronze colored hardware on them, and it just looks really pretty luxurious. Inside of this big cabinet, you have an adjustable shelf here, so you can move that thing up and down however you would like. And then next to that, more cabinet space here, also with an adjustable shelf. Now they've also gone ahead and lined the floor and walls and ceiling with a little bit of indoor-outdoor carpet, so it makes it a little quieter. You don't hear things bouncing around as much when you're driving up and down the road. Now underneath here you have your range hood, and then you've got a 3-burner propane stove here. Behind here you also have a really nice backsplash. But the 3-burner stove is a very nice feature. You have some decent countertop space here, and then you've got your little tower of power, so you can plug in a USB or USB-C port, and then you have a couple of electrical receptacles. So if you need a toaster oven, coffee pot, blender, what have you, there you go. Next to that, we have a nice big rectangular sink with a really good looking faucet here. This has an integral sprayer as well, so it's making your dishes and pots and pans much easier to wash. Below the sink, plenty of storage, also lined with that nice felt or indoor-outdoor carpet. And then your kitchen drawers are all fully extendable, and you can store all of your kitchen utensils there. Just next to that, we have this very nice microwave oven, which is also a convection oven, so you can use it either way that you like. So just next to the cooktop is where the refrigerator is located. This is a nice big fridge for this rig. Nice big freezer up top, lots of space. Now this is a 12-volt fridge. It runs on a compressor. It's not a propane style refrigerator, so it'll run on your battery power. If you're hooked into shore power, the shore power charges the battery runs the fridge, or when you're driving down the road, your battery will power your fridge for you. So it's nice and safe, keeps things cold, and these compressor style refrigerators get cold much faster than their old propane counterparts. So really nice setup there. Just beyond that, we have a very large pantry cabinet here, also all lined with this felt or indoor-outdoor carpet. So really great job with all that, because it will help soundproof your rig a little bit. Now here we are just past the kitchen, and we're sort of in the living room and also the bedroom of this camper. And since it's got a Murphy bed, it serves both purposes really, really well. First of all, you'll notice up top here, very large cabinet space over top of the TV. The TV itself is just huge. This is a great size TV for back here. And below that, we have a couple of drawers, again, fully extendable, really nice and deep, that pull out for more storage for you. And then you've got a beautiful fireplace down below. Now, we get comments all the time on the YouTube channel from folks that are like, oh, I don't like a fireplace in the RV. Well, who's going to do that? Why would you need that? Let us know in the comments down below what you think, though. Some folks really like them. Some folks don't. I know we like ours. It's nice ambiance. It even heats the rig on those chilly nights, and we really enjoy it. But let us know what you think in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Now, your couch here is a very comfortable couch. 2 or 3 people could sit on here, or one person could sort of lay down and relax. You got your nice big TV and fireplace here, so it really, really works very, very well. And this also converts into a Murphy bed. Now, if you were going to do that, you pull these up, and they sort of stow away in this special little spot here for them, which is built into the wardrobe cabinet. And there you go. They stow away for the night. And then this Murphy bed design has a different kind of safety clip that holds the bed in place. This is the first time I've seen these. It's just a spin knob. So you simply turn it, and then that loosens everything up. And then you would just jackknife your sofa, and then you can pull your bed right on down. Now what they've done here is sort of split the mattress all the way at the top, and so that's a good place to do it because it's kind of under your pillow, so you kind of have to resituate that a little bit. I'm not going to jump up there now and do it, but the bed in here, let's get a total measurement of it, and I'll just measure from the wall out because I'm assuming you're going to set your split mattress up correctly. It's 76 inches, and your width on it is, wow, that's pretty big, 66 inches wide. So not quite as big as a king bed, but certainly larger than a queen. But it's shorter though than a residential because it's only 74 inches. Now over top of the bed, you'll notice that you have 3 nice storage cabinets up there, a couple of reading lights underneath that you can easily access when you're laying in bed. There's also a spot for power on each side with, I guess, a little bit of a bed nightstand on each side of the bed as well. So you can plug in your phone and let it sit on the shelf, or I don't know, if you have a glass of water when you go to sleep at night, you could set it up there as well. And then of course you have an emergency window at the head of the bed. I always find it weird that we have windows behind Murphy beds. It's, you know, it's like the Murphy bed's up during the day, you can't see the window, you put your bed down at night, now you've got a window that you need to close the blind. So I'm not really sure why anybody would design an RV with a Murphy bed with a window behind it, but that's how almost all of them are done. Let me know what you think in the comments about that too. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. A couple of other features to mention right around the bed is that there is an electrical receptacle on the side of the wardrobe cabinet, so you can use that to plug in a computer or things like that if you're, you know, sitting in bed doing some trip planning at night or whatever. And then they actually have a CPAP hideaway in that center cabinet overhead. You can set up a CPAP in there. There's a hole in the bottom of the cabinet, so any hose can come down through that and then connect to your mask. Now, I did hear one time that the CPAP machine is supposed to be lower than your head when you're sleeping, and therefore a CPAP overhead like this may be a problem. I really am not too sure about that, so if you use a CPAP and you happen to know if that's correct or not, please let us know in the comments down below as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, and maybe I'll have to do a little research on that as well. Now, right next to the bed and sofa is where the wardrobe's closet is located. I've mentioned this a couple of times. It's got mirrors on it, and then inside it's really nice and big and deep in here. You can hang things from the bar up top. Your ladder stows in here for your over cab bunk. And then down below that, you've got a bank of drawers, fully extendable, and it's a total of 6, so you have plenty of storage here. Now here I am in the very back of this Class C RV, and I'm standing in the shower like I usually do. Let's get some head measurements in here. Now, this is a really big shower, and it's also got a skylight overhead, and so let's just measure up into the skylight and see how much headroom we have. There's a little gnat flying around in here. Let's see, we have 6 feet 8 inches of headspace into that skylight. The RV itself has a total of 7 feet of headroom in here. So for you taller folks, you know, this RV might be a really good choice for you. Now, the shower in here is really, really big. The measurements on it from front to back are 40 inches wide by, I'll call it 34, 35 inches deep. So this is a really, really good size shower. I like the surround in here. It looks very nice. It's got shelves in each of the corners for your soap and shampoo and all of that. Of course, it's got a removable wand for the shower head. And then it's got this nice triple glass door set up. So when you close that, no water's going to get out of the shower, and it works out really, really well. One thing I do need to point out in this shower is that it does have a rather large step up, almost 13 inches or so. So for you folks that, you know, might have a bad knee or something, you got to think about those kinds of things when you're buying your rig. Do you want to step up into your shower when it's that big of a step up? Now, just outside of the shower, you'll note that we have a medicine cabinet overhead. And then we have your vanity area, which has a lot of countertop space around it. That's really a good amount of space. A nice size sink in here. There's also a receptacle here for you. And then below the sink, there's additional storage space. Next to all of that, we even have more storage space here. And you can use this for your linen closet. You can store extra TP and toilet chemicals in here, but it gives you a lot of storage space. And then you have a fully extendable drawer here as well. Now here I am sitting on the commode, and Susan is now standing in the shower, and as you can tell, it's a very large bathroom in here. I'm not going to pass the elbow test, but the bathroom is so big it does not feel small at all. Now here we are outside of this Class C RV, and it's got some really nice features out here. First of all, there are a total of 6 different storage compartments located all the way around the rig. There's a couple on this side, one on the back, and a few on the other side of the RV, so you'll have plenty of places to store all of your outdoor camping gear. In addition to that, it's even got a little outdoor kitchen area featuring a cooktop griddle here that pulls out, and that just hooks up to your propane. It's also got a little mini fridge here, and this even has a separate little freezer area for some ice cubes. Then we have some cabinet storage up top, countertop space here with a receptacle so you can plug in a blender or whatever you might want to use outside, and then some open storage areas here underneath. These aren't very big. Maybe you could put some, you know, spices or smaller kitchen utensils out here. There's one other really nice feature out here that I'd like to point out, and that is your outdoor TV. So if you want to hang out, you're camping on the weekend, your favorite sports team, like maybe the Ravens, are playing football, and you can watch it outside, hang out with your friends. There you go. This Class C RV is the Winnebago View, model number 24T. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 11,030 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 692 pounds, and a gross combined weight rating of 15,250 pounds. The tow capacity is 5,000 pounds. It measures in at 25 feet, 8 inches long, and it can sleep 2 or 3 people. When you first walk into this Class C RV, on your right-hand side is where the driver's cab is located. Then we wrap on around through the living and bedroom area, past your kitchen area and dinette, and then behind me here is where your bathroom is located. Now, our first impression when we walk into this Class C RV is that it's really nice and spacious in here. In fact, our friends Howard and Caitlin Newstate from the Newstate Nomads have been traveling around in this very model for a few months, and they have 3 dogs with them as well. So they all managed to fit in here and make the most of the space. But starting up front here, this is where the driver's cab is located. Now this sits on a Mercedes chassis, so right away you know you're going to get a very high quality Class C RV. Both of the seats do swivel around and face back into the RV, and when they swivel around, they give you these little seat cushions that sit on top of your regular seats here, so that, you know, you're sitting higher up. Boy, that's pretty squishy. You're sitting higher up when you face back into the RV. If this wasn't here, I'd be sitting way down here, almost on the floor. So it does make a really nice difference having this seat cushion here. Also, the driver's seat is very, very comfortable. It's just got a really nice high quality feel to it as well, which you'd expect on a Mercedes chassis. Now above me here, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. The way that they're showing it in this particular model is that they have these 2 doors here, and then it just gives you a lot of storage space up top. But there is an option where you can actually have a larger overcab like you would find in a traditional Class C RV, and there's a queen size bed that would go up top of here. So if you need a Class C RV that can sleep 4 people instead of 2, then you could choose that option on this model. It does weigh a little bit more, but you get to sleep 4 people in here instead of 2. Now, a couple of other really nice little features is that they have 3 of these little pocket areas, 2 on this side and another over here. So you can just store a few things in those areas as well. And then finally, we come to the sofa and your bedroom area. Now, this particular sofa is really nice and comfortable. I mean, you can leave it in this position and you could sit next to your partner that way, or get 3 people sitting here pretty comfortably. The TV is straight across from here, so that's in a good location. You can pull down this middle piece, and then you've got a couple of cup holders here, and these guys light up. There's also a little USB port on the back of each of them, so if you wanted to plug in your phone or whatever while you're sitting here and relaxing or working, you can do that. Also on each side of the sofa, there's also an outlet, electrical outlet that you can plug into, and USB and C ports there as well. Above me here, there are a couple of lights that are here, so it does light up the area very, very nicely for you. And these seats are very, very comfortable. And on the side of the cushion here, you have a couple of buttons, and you just click on one of them and you can go all the way back to a nice reclined seating position. These are actually pretty comfortable. The backs on them are a little bit short in my opinion, like my head is kind of hitting the bed back here if I'm sitting all the way up with my butt towards the crease of the seat. But if I slouch a bit, which is how I normally do it, I'm perfectly comfortable. And it's really nice and comfy in here. So I like the seats that are in here. Now, you've already noticed behind me here is the Murphy bed. You know, and one of the nice things about a Murphy bed setup is that it makes this area multifunctional, right? You use it as your living area, but then during the daytime, and then at night, you can put down your Murphy bed for your sleeping area. And that's really, really easy to do. The first thing you do is just pull these little legs out until they click. You'll hear them click in place. And then just lower these down very, very simply. And then there's a button over here next to the TV. And I'll go ahead and hit that. And the bed just lowers right down into position. And there you go. You've got your Murphy bed right in position. Now, the great thing about this kind of Murphy bed is that it is mostly all one big mattress. There is a little section of mattress up here underneath of where your head would go. You kind of have to, you know, with all this packing on here, it doesn't really work well because the plastic is slippery. So this little top section of mattress isn't really going down like it normally would. But you can put your sheets on this mattress, and as long as everything's tucked in, you can put the mattress back up into position with everything on it, and that way you don't have to make and unmake your bed every time you put up and down the Murphy bed. So that's a great feature. The other nice feature about this particular Murphy bed is that it doesn't have a break in the middle of the mattress, which makes that type of bed very, very uncomfortable. What we find is that when you're laying on a Murphy bed, if the break in the mattress is in the middle and it's like underneath your back or your hips, that would be a very, very uncomfortable feeling. Other Murphy beds have the break a third of the way up, might be like under your knees. That's fine. You won't even notice that. This one has the break way up here at the top, and your pillow is going to be here, so you'll never notice that at all. You'll be comfortable when you're sleeping at night, and so this Murphy bed is really a great setup, in my opinion. Now, above here, we've got a couple of storage cabinets that are nice and big. And they've also got this accent lighting over top, which you can see from outside the cabinets, but it also lights the inside of the cabinets a little bit. So that's a really nice feature as well, so you can see in there. And then we've got these reading lights here, turn on and off right at the location. And then we have a nice window over top, which again, I don't know why we have a window over top of a Murphy bed. You can't use the window during the daytime when the bed's up, and I don't think anybody really wants a window at night unless you want to get a nice cross breeze in here and not run your air conditioning, which is always my preference, but that's why it's here. So you can get that cross breeze, because right across from here is another big window, and so it's really set up well in that regard. Now, just across from the couch and the Murphy bed is where the TV is located. And again, it's in the perfect position, whether you're reclining on your sofa or laying in bed at night. Boom, it's in a great spot. It even has a sound bar that comes with it, so you get an excellent sound quality. Now, next to the TV, you've got a nice storage cabinet on this side, and on the other side, is where you've got a lot of your control panels, like the controls for the Murphy bed. The slide out mechanisms are in here. You've got a DVD player here, and then you can even hook up other electronics in here if you'd like to. And below that, your panel is here for all of your controls throughout the entire RV, so that's in a good convenient spot. And then we have this nice big window here. Now these windows are a Euro style dual pane acrylic window. So there's one pane on the inside, another pane on the outside. So it'll help keep you warmer in the winter time and cooler in the summertime. But these are fantastic windows. Up top here, you would lower down your bug shade or your bug screen, and then from the bottom is where you would lift up your privacy screen. Down below that is where your dinette is located. Now the dinette that's in here is very, very convenient. It's got a couple of folding chairs. We've got one in place in the stowed position, and then I just set one up out here. And you know, they're pretty comfy chairs. And so, you know, two people could easily set up here, eat a meal, play some cards, play some board games, get some work done, do a little trip planning. Speaking of trip planning, if you like to do your trip planning on the computer, I highly recommend RV Trip Wizard. It is the best trip planning tool we have ever found. We use it almost every single day ourselves, certainly every single day we're on the road. A couple of really nice features about RV Trip Wizard are, number one, it shows all the Harvest Host locations around the country now. So it's got Harvest Host, Boondockers Welcome, plus all their golf course locations, as well as all of the campgrounds you can imagine. Private campgrounds, state, national parks, plus points of interest like Cabela's, Walmart's, gas stations, veterinary clinics, grocery stores, you name it. You can find everything on there. So it makes trip planning a breeze. And then your trip goes over to the RV Life app right on your phone. And so we use our phone as our GPS while we're rolling down the road. It couldn't be easier to use. We highly recommend it. If you're interested in getting RV Trip Wizard, you can get a 30% discount. Just head on over to RVblogger.com, scroll about halfway down on the front page of our website, sign up for our newsletters. And in our newsletters, we send out discount codes all the time. RV Trip Wizard is one of them, but we have a ton of great companies that we work with where we've gone to them and gotten discounts for our viewers and subscribers. So be sure to do that if you're interested in saving a few bucks on some of your memberships and different camping gear that you want to use. Back to the dinette though, this table also folds away. So not only do the chairs fold away, but the table itself will also fold down, and that's how you would travel down the road. I wouldn't leave the table in the up position and then your chairs both stow away. Or if you're not using your dinette and you just need some extra room in here, I don't know why, but you might want to have it so everything's just stowed away. It gives you extra floor space inside of here as well. Now, a couple of other nice features to note with the dinette table down, it's just easier to see it. You've got a receptacle here, plus you have a USB and C port here, and then just a 12-volt plug as well. And you have this same exact setup on the other side behind the chair there. So plenty of outlets. So if you're sitting here using your computer or you need to charge any electronic devices at all, you've got plenty of stuff here to go ahead and charge that up. Down below that, we have a storage cabinet on each side, and it's about, I don't know, 5 inches deep, but you can store a few things on each side. They're just trying to maximize every inch of space in here that they possibly can. Now, one other nice feature to point out is that one reason it's so roomy in here is because your Murphy bed and couch, as well as this section of the kitchen, are all in this slide out. This is about 3 feet deep. And so when it's in the in position, while you're rolling down the road, maybe you want to stop and get some lunch or use the bathroom. The good news is you can access everything, even with this all the way in. Now, your dinette would need to be in the stowed position, which means the table would have to be down, chairs put away and stowed, but you would have room to walk past that. And that way you can get to your stove, your microwave. The sink you would need to stand here to be able to use, but it's certainly plenty usable for that. And you can also access your refrigerator, and you can get to your bathroom. So a lot of folks want to know that when the slide out's in, can I access everything? The answer is yes, you can. There's one little weird thing though, and that is if you're sitting in the driver's seat or the passenger seat, you can't really get out of those seats from inside the RV and then walk back here. You actually have to get out and then come in through the side door to be able to access everything. So, I mean, unless it's raining really hard, that's really not a big deal to me. It's just kind of how it's made. And in a smaller RV that's, you know, under 26 feet long, that's just kind of how it goes. Now in the kitchen area here, they have a really great size microwave back here. It's actually a convection microwave oven. So in addition to microwaving, you can bake things in here. We have a convection in our RV, and I love it. I've mastered the art of baking pizzas in there. I can bake cookies, anything. So it's really a great feature to have. Down below that on your cooktop, you have an induction burner here and one propane burner. And then down below that, we have 3 really good sized drawers for your kitchen utensils, pots and pans, all that good stuff. The top drawer is lit up, which is a nice feature. The bottom drawers are not, but you know, they are really good size, so you'll be able to access everything in there very easily. The rest of the kitchen area here has a nice large cabinet over top. They've done a nice job in here too. They have like this felt carpeting on the bottom shelf, and that keeps things from bouncing around and making a lot of noise. There is no shelf in here, so you could either put your own shelving system in here, or like we do, we use plastic bins to store things in so we can see inside the bins and know what's there and then pull them out as needed. So that's easy enough. Down below that, everything is lit up really nicely here with this LED light strip. You've got a little basket here for some of your kitchen utensils, nice window on the side, tower of power for your coffee pot or toaster, and then a nice big round deep single bowl sink. To the left of that, if you need a little extra countertop space, you can have an extend-a-top here. And there's also even more space down underneath here with a little basket on the drawer here, so you can stow things away that way. Maybe some spices and things could go in there. So not a bad setup at all. One other thing I want to point out is the water pump switch, which is really important, is right here by the sink. So it's in a very, very convenient location. So when you need to turn it on, you can. Just across from the sink is where the refrigerator and freezer are located. This is a 12-volt refrigerator. All that means is that it's going to run on the battery power in the RV when you're in travel mode or boondocking. And then when you get to your campground and you plug in, it automatically converts over to just running off of electricity from the shore power. Great size freezer in here with an adjustable shelf. And then down below, a very good size refrigerator. A lot of these shelves are adjustable as well. Plenty of room inside of here, as you can see. Next to that, they have these really great cabinets that pull out, and you can stow away all kinds of stuff in there, but it's very well done, and it does have these little felt bottoms in here as well to help cut down on the noise and rattling while you're rolling on down the road. Now here we are in the bathroom all the way in the back of this Class C RV, and I'm standing in the shower like I usually do. Let's get some measurements in here in terms of headspace. There is a little skylight in this shower that gives me a few extra inches of headroom in here. So when I'm standing in here, we've got about 6 feet 4 inches of headroom in here, and the regular floor to ceiling height outside of the shower is, gosh, almost 80 inches. So that's about 6 feet 8 inches or 6 inches of headspace in here. So for you taller folks, this might be a very good RV to consider. Now the shower itself is a nice setup. I love the shower surround in here. They've got the corner set up for your shower controls, and your wand is removable, so that's always a good feature. Up top here, they have a bar that you can pop in place or remove it as needed. But if you have wet bathing suits or towels, you can hang them up in here to dry, so that's a really nice feature. Also in here, there is a built-in seat in the shower, so you can sit down while you're showering or put your leg up here and shave your legs if you'd like to do that. So really just a very good setup. And then finally, it has a retractable shower door, which we think is a great idea. Now, here I am outside of the shower, and just outside of the shower, you've got this really nice sized wardrobe closet in here. You'll notice that it's got a light inside. It also has a bar that hangs. You can remove the bar if you don't want it in here, but this will be a great spot to hang up all of your clothes and garments. Behind the shower over here, there's also an additional shelf or two that you can use for some storage. And then on this side, this door slides open too. There's an adjustable shelf up top and then a couple of drawers down below that. So there's plenty of room in here for all of your clothes storage. Now, just next to the wardrobe storage area is where your sink and vanity is located back here. There is an electrical outlet right next to the sink, so if you need to plug in a hairdryer or shaver, you can easily do that. Nice big mirror here, so if you want to check yourself out before you get on out and start shooting video in the morning, you can do that. There's also a couple of hand cloth hangers or something like that. It's in the shape of a W, so you get that whole Winnebago feel going on in here. That's kind of nice. Next to that, we've got a nice size cabinet here, again with adjustable shelving inside. And then on the back of the door, and this door just slides back and forth, but it does have a couple of towel hooks on there as well. And then finally, when I'm here sitting on the commode, I'm not going to pass the elbow test on my right, but on my left hand side we have plenty of room. And there's a bonus cabinet in here, and it's underneath of your sink, and guess what's on here? That's where your TP roller will be found. Now here we are outside of this RV, and I'm all the way at the back of the RV, and I'm underneath of the wardrobe closet that we just took a look at. Down below the wardrobe closet is this gigantic storage compartment, and as you can see, it's got 3 doors to it, so one on each side and then one on the very back, so everything back here is very, very easily accessible. There's also a couple of lights back here. There's also 12-volt power and regular electrical outlets. There's even cable connections back here. So if you wanted to set up a TV outside of your rig, you have all the connections that you need to be able to do that. They also have a sliding D-ring set up in here. So if you needed to secure some items back here, you could do that as well. Now on the camp side of the RV by the entry door, there's another storage compartment there. And then on the driver's side of the RV, on the slide out behind the kitchen range and microwave, there's a very tall storage compartment there too. So there's a whole lot of storage with this particular Class C RV. Hey guys, let us know which one of these Class C RVs is your favorite and why in the comments down below. We would love to hear from you about what you like about these RVs and maybe what you'd like to see the manufacturers change in them as well. And if you'd like to learn even more about Class C RVs, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.